We'll start without Rob. Obviously, I was much more pleased with the second half than I was the first. I thought we started well, but I thought we got a little casual really on both ends of the floor. Started going for some of their shot fakes, and that's something we talked about not doing. Trying to make a play for our teammates, but not necessarily a very smart play. On too many occasions the first half. Second half, I thought we were more who we really are. Our pace was good. We moved the basketball. We got some easy ones to stretch that lead. And then I thought our bench did a really good job today. I thought everybody that came in contributed in a positive way. Davion really did some good things at the point guard position. Martine came in, gave us a lift. Ronnie was really good off the bench. It's you want to get the win. You want to try to stay as focused as you can. Obviously, sandwiched between Butler and Xavier, it's human nature maybe to lose a little focus. But I thought we were able to kind of get that back at halftime and play a little better the second half.
Questions for the student athletes?
Yes, Marcus, from the starting lineup's perspective, how important was it to get into a good rhythm early, get off to a good start, and make sure you guys weren't taxing yourselves today from a physical standpoint?
That was definitely our main focus coming in, because we know with the starting five, when we start out coming out and engaged and locked in on defense, then the bench follows our lead. So we kind of got out early, played our game how we're supposed to, and then got a little casual. So people started following how the starting five play. So I think that's what's going to separate us from being a good team and a great team, is not playing casual, but playing our style of play all the time.
Marcus, did you tweak an ankle or something there in the second half?
He stepped on my toe, and I just felt like my toenail got ripped off, so I had to go in the back, see if it was okay. But, yeah, it was all right.
So it was torn off?
No, it wasn't torn off. Yeah, it was just stepped on it kind of hard.
Hangnail.
Yeah, I guess Marcus, you were 9 of 11 today, and you've had some struggles, I guess, just with the jumpers. Like, do you need a game like this? Does it help?
Yeah, individually, I needed a game like this. Last 3 games haven't played to the best of I wanted to. Shot the ball hasn't nowhere near where I can shoot it. So, game like this under my belt, going into a big game on Monday is definitely going to help me get back in rhythm.
How much have you stayed after, tried to find the jumper? Just describe what the last couple of weeks have been like as you sort of search to find them again.
Yeah, it's definitely stressful. I've never gone in a slump this long before with my shooting, so I've definitely been putting in extra time before and after practice, just trying to get my rhythm back.
Maybe I'm going to see more of a minutes uptick from you in games and getting more reps in practices and things like that. What's been different for you, I guess maybe, start of Christmas break and things like that have helped you elevate your role a little bit?
I just feel like I brought a new focus into practice. I'm trying to limit all the freshman tendencies that can come, and just focus on getting the ball moving, and just doing everything that coach needs me to do. So it started to work in my favor a little bit.
Do you feel like things are maybe not done spinning, but spinning a little slower? Do you feel like you can react a little better now, more comfortable just playing the game instead of trying to think too much out there?
Yeah, these games, this game today was good for me. It helped boost my confidence. I wish it was a little bit more games like this, but my mindset was to treat this game like we were playing Villanova. Just coming off the bench, just being focused and locked in like they were a Division I team, and play ball.
Well, how did you react, when you got the call? Coach kind of alluded to the fact that you were likely to play against St. John's, but you hadn't played in a while. Take us back a week ago when you stepped into that game and put some minutes in there for Maurice.
Well, since the beginning of the season, coach has always been telling me to stay ready. That's every game. My practice performance is starting to get better, so I could see it was leaning towards that time for me to go. But, as he says, stay ready. You never know when your time's going to come. Just be on your toes for when your name is called, and that's what I try to do.
I think one of the things Coach mentioned was just defensively you've improved. How so? What ways do you think you've gotten better defensively, maybe in practice and then against him?
Just guarding a guy like Maurice Watson, that's going to help you tremendously. Never played with a guy that's quick and explosive on his first step, and just trying to defend him every day and keep him away from the rim helps me defensively, and just talk and communicate more on defense has helped me a lot too.
Take 2 more for the student athletes.
I guess, Marcus, from the Stars' perspective, did you have fun watching guys like Davion, Ronnie, some guys that necessarily don't get a lot of minutes, but just have a good game?
Yeah, it's definitely good, fun to get to see them guys show what they can do because, we see it in practice almost every day that they can play, but it's just hard for them with the type of team we have. So it's always good for guys like that to get on the floor and show the fans what they can do.
As you get back into Big East play, Marcus, is there anything that you can point to specifically that you think the team needs to improve on the most?
Defending for 40 minutes. We're going to be playing good teams all throughout conference play, and it's going to come down to defending. I feel like our shots are always going to be there. We have a great point guard that's going to distribute. We have a good center, and we have good wing players. So it's all going to be about defending for us.
All right, thanks, Charlie.
See you tonight.
Any other questions for Coach David?
Do you like that answer?
Defending.
Yeah, I think that's that's the area where we have the room for the most growth, and that's been the case really since we started the season. And certainly we've made some strides defensively. It maybe isn't as consistent as I would like it to be, but the reality of it is we also exert a lot of energy in offensive transition, and it's tough to redline yourself in every part of the game and be able to function. So, I think we're moving in that direction. Certainly, the first half of the Butler game I thought was one of our better defensive performances of the season, and hopefully we can build on that. We're going to need it at Xavier on Monday.
It's kind of a unique circumstance playing these guys, and you hate to use terms like lose-lose, but mentally as a team, how did you guys need to walk out of here today? Are you happy with that?
Well, you had to walk out with a win, and you had to walk out without any injuries, and we succeeded in both cases. One of my challenges to the team before the game was, make sure we be who we are regardless of who we're playing. And the first half, especially the last 10 minutes of the first half, we got away from that. I thought we got back to it the second half. We had 18 assists and the ball moved better the second half. We got it inside where, we had an advantage. So we took advantages of what they gave us, and that was better to see. So, I think we accomplished what we wanted today. We got some guys on the floor, which is really important, for guys like Ronnie and Davion and Martine, guys that, still could be rotational players as the season moves on. For them to get some game work that we can break down on film is really invaluable for them.
From your perspective, what have you seen different from Davion's day-to-day approach since Christmas that have allowed him to kind of step into a little bit of a reserve role?
Well, he alluded to it. If you guard Maurice Watson every day, you're either going to become defeated, or you're going to get better. And he's gotten better. Especially on the defensive end of the floor. And the offensive things will come. What we're asking him to do and the pace that we play with, and to make decisions in a split second when you're going 100 miles an hour it's difficult to learn. And he's gotten better in that regard. His decisions have been better. But he's going to be a good player. He's just got to keep working. And he's the minutes that he's playing, he's certainly earned.
You preach that mantra, it's like stay ready. But can that be difficult for a freshman who stretch there where you really didn't?
Well, it's difficult for anybody. I'm preaching to Ronnie every day to stay ready, because there are situations where Ronnie could fit for us better than some of our other front line guys, especially from a defensive standpoint. So you're always talking to your guys to stay ready. So if your number gets called, you're ready for that opportunity. And Davion's done that. I think Ronnie's done that. I thought Ronnie played with tremendous energy. It's late in the game. He's still communicating and talking and hustling and chasing the ball into the tables over there. That's what he has to be, and he showed that today.
What did you say to Chris? I'm sure you didn't get to talk at length with him, but Chris Foster, what was your message to him after?
I like his team. It's fun for me. I've got several former players now that are in coaching and and some guys that have worked for me as well that are head coaches. So, you know, the guys that are at the Division II and Division III level, you don't get to see their teams. I just check their website and keep up on the scores and see how they're doing. But in preparation for this, I got to watch a bunch of their games and was, you know, just really proud, obviously, of what he's doing and the program that he's built there. And it's, you know, it's interesting for me taking a step back. You know, some of the things they do maybe were related to what we did when he played for me, and a lot of it is he's gone on his own and developed his own philosophy, which is fun to see. So, you know, this is a very good Division II basketball team. They're unique in the way they play because they spread you out so much. They're very unselfish, and have a lot of guys that can shoot it. So, you know, I was obviously grateful that they were able to work this out to come and play today because we had to have a game. And, you know, for them, everybody that played for them scored a basket. And having coached Division II for 12 years, you know, I know what it means to be able to pull that bus into the arena before the game and, you know, stay at the Embassy Suites instead of the Super 8. So it was a neat experience for them, and I'm certain that they'll remember it for a long time.
Take two more for Coach.
Matching up against Xavier on Monday, it's a team that rebound. When you just look at the stats, the rebounding numbers jump out. And you guys, that's been one of your areas of deficiency. How do you sort of ingrain a mentality in 2 days to match up?
We won the rebounding battle by 26 today.
Sorry.
We just got to do that again Monday, and we'll be fine. You know, it was you know, it was better against Butler. You know, I think we rebounded by 4 or something like that. So it's not like, and you've been at practice, John, so you see it. You know, we're practicing all the time the technique, and it's an area along with our defense that has to continue to improve. But as I said, if we were perfect in every area of the game, you know, we'd be the Golden State Warriors, and we're not. But there are parts of our game that are really, really good, and some that need cleaning up. And we want to build on what's good, and we want to continue to try to work on some of our weaknesses.
I want me to ask another one that leans negative, but is there a level of concern at this point with the three-point shooting, or do you still like the ones you're getting and think that they're high percentage of those?
Yeah, they're the same shots we got in the Virgin Islands. You know, so you know, the season wears on you. Obviously, your legs become a little bit more tired, but you know, the threat of that opens up so much what we do offensively. So, you know, guys can't start to become hesitant. That's the last thing you want a shooter to do, is start thinking about it. So while you guys may talk about it, it's not something that I spend a lot of time thinking about or talking about.
Hey, if I can ask one more, just Zach Hansen, he was out there.
He's ahead of schedule. You know, when I walked by, I had to remind him because he was doing some drop steps and jumping, and I'm like, hey, let's just go easy on the jumping here. But you know, I think best case scenario before was mid-February. I'd say we could move that up a week or 10 days maybe now, and now it's just gonna be a matter of how it reacts as we stress it more. You know, we don't want to bring him back too early. You know, obviously I think we have Xavier on February 4th, and we have a week off. So there's a window there to get him a little bit more time. But he's closer. He's excited. He's worked hard. He got a text from his doctor on Monday that he could wean himself off the boot. Monday afternoon, the boot was on Ben McNair's desk. So Zach's definition of weaning himself off the boot is different than most of us, but he's anxious to get back. He wants to play, and if the foot reacts well, you know, we'll stick him back in there. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. We'll bring Coach Foster in here shortly.